To create double-ended human hair dreadlocks, what you'll need to do is first create your dreadlocks on the weft, then cut the top so you have two blunt cut dreads. You'll need to secure one of them. We're going to secure one of ours with our dread loom so that the end is positioned out slightly. Pull the ends of the hair so that it's slightly messy where the two will come together. Take your needle and thread and go into one of the dreadlocks into the substantially back-combed part. This end will be too fragile and will pull apart too easily. We're going to go in and leave the loop just slightly out. We're going to go back up through the dreadlock. Then we're going to go back through our knot to secure it. That means that our thread is now integrated to the core of this dread and it should hold very tight. Go in to the core of your dread and come out through the end. Take the dreadlock that you're going to attach to and pull it apart just slightly. Place your extension dread on top. And you're going to overlap these by about 2 inches. Sew up into the core of the other dreadlock. That should also be where this dreadlock has been substantially backcombed, not at the ends because again, they'll be too fragile. Go back down. And you should feel that tight hold from that first dreadlock. So now we have our two dreadlocks linked tightly together. Now, since they're stuck together, we have to actually make them look blended together. The way that we're going to do this is we're going to make very small stitches to hide the top part of this lower dread and the bottom part of this upper dread. So we're going to go in with our needle, picking up a small amount of hair. We're going around a small amount of hair. Then we're going to do the same on the other side. So in effect, what I've done is I've picked up hair from this side, looped it around hair from this side, so that when we tighten them together, it actually covers the top of that dread by bringing the two sides of this upper dread together. So now we're going to go back through and we're going to go in very close to where we came out with our thread. And that is barely visible, but what it does is it locks in those two stitches that wrapped around this lower dread. So now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to move our thread down. We're going to go in to that side, picking up a small amount of hair, wrapping it around, and picking up a small amount of hair on the other side. And again, that tightens down that casing over that lower dread. So then we're going to go in through the dread to lock in that stitch. So you're basically going to repeat that all the way down to the ends. Once you've joined the two of them together and you're about midway through your stitching, you're going to actually switch and make the lower dread your outside casing and incorporate these short ends into the inside of that one. So you're doing the exact same thing that you did on the top, just in reverse. Pick up a small amount of hair from one side. Take your thread all the way over to the other side and pick up a small amount of hair from that lower dread only. You're going to pull the two tight, and that's going to wrap that hair all the way around. To lock that stitch in, go straight through your dread. Go back into your dread, very close, but not in the same spot where you came out. We're going to move this thread down a little bit. Pick up a small amount of hair. Do the same on your other side. Go through your dread to lock in that stitch. So you can start to see the only butt of the ends that we have left is just this. So we're just going to keep working until we are past that. Once you've completed your casing stitches, go ahead and secure a knot at the end of your thread. Clip that away. And then take your dread, give it a little tug, make sure it's secure. Then do a little bit of palm rolling right over that weld. That'll help integrate everything and make it look more seamless. And from there, that completes your first double-ended dread. Once you've completed your entire set, you're ready to move on to installation.